So, cast your mind back. You are Tommy Shelby, leader of the Peaky expletive deleted Blinders.
He's a god, he's a man, he's a ghost, he's a guru. They're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand.
What is it about Tommy that people respond to? I mean, I've got a list of possibilities just to get the ball rolling. Like, he's a guy with nerves of steel. He's unbelievably hardworking. The ladies love him, obviously. But to me, it's his intelligence. I think what is so appealing to him is that he is burdened with intelligence.
Intelligence is a very valuable thing, isn't it, my friend?
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. I've said that before, that it's a burden on him. Thankfully, I don't have that burden myself. But in the writing, I think the brilliant thing that Steve Knight did was that he made the line of the First World War in the character. So there was always this sort of memory of Tommy, of this, happy, not damaged, accessible character. And then the First World War just destroyed him.
Are there particular lines of Tommy's that stick in your head where you go, that was a joy to say?
I remember, I don't know who I said it to or in what context, but I said to somebody that all religion is a foolish answer to a foolish question.
All religion is a foolish answer to a foolish question.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing piece of writing.
If I were to go like really the extra mile for my Tommy Shelby Halloween costume next year, what would you say would be the most important things to concentrate on? I mean, obviously I'd need the ice blue contact lenses and I need some sort of really important, serious jaw reconstruction. But like, what about the way you handle cigarettes? Like, you kind of gum them a bit, don't you?
That comes from the fact that the cigarettes, we cut the filter off, or do we leave the filter on? I cannot recall. But anyway, if you don't rub them across your lips initially, they will stick. You see, so that just became this sort of idiosyncrasy, but it was out of necessity because otherwise the cigarettes would stick to my lip, and then I just kept doing it, and it became a Tommy thing. These things develop over the course of the show, For example, I remember we had gotten through the first two series, and then we realized that Tommy has never eaten. We've never seen Tommy eat. Like, he sat down at tables, but has never consumed a morsel. So then we made it a kind of a running gag. So throughout the 36 hours of television, Tommy Shelby never consumes anything, except I think once he consumes a sprig of mint when he's with his son. So these things develop when you have the luxury of being with a character for so long. These little things arise, and you just, I will say to Steve, or Steve will pick up on it, and then we'll just kind of run with it,
There's somebody who's counted the number of times you've drunk whiskey, and it's something like 213 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can punch that weight, but I'll do my best. I'll also need to work on my Birmingham baritone, obviously.
You don't parley when you're on the back foot.
And where should I go for the haircut? How often does it need to be topped up on set? Is it a daily routine?
Depending on, and throughout the series, we've had different severity of cut, and I think in series 5, it was the most severe. It was a zero
Skull
blade. Yeah. So that required daily attention. Yeah. And then growing it out is traumatic, because it doesn't look good when that midpoint. Yeah. So it takes a bit of patience to actually grow it out.
I think I'd also need to perfect my finger wagging, because when Tommy's upset, out comes the finger.
Oh shit! You're taking apart my performance now.
Of all the incredible cast members that you've worked with, from the late great Helen McCrory and Paul Anderson, and everyone, like so many incredible people, Paddy, Tom Hardy, we've mentioned Sam Neill already, Aidan Gillen, the list literally goes on and on. I'm trying not to list them all. Anya, Adrian. Who was the most likely to make you laugh on set?
I'd have to say Helen, actually. We were very, very good buddies on that show, and she was a very, very funny lady. And she would make me laugh a lot, I have to say. And she would always take the mickey out of herself as well as taking the mickey out of me. So yeah, we had it. And you know, it's important on this show because a lot of the scenes are so bloody intense, and so demanding sort of psychologically, and you're going places that are difficult enough to go to. So you have to have some levity to balance it up. And I always had an amazing laugh at Ellen.
Honestly, though, what was your first reaction to Tom Hardy's accent?
I mean, you never quite know what to expect with Tom, but he absolutely, I mean, that character came fully formed.
Ah, how soon did you know that I was not dead?
You wrote me a letter, Alfie.
Did I?
Yeah, you asked about your dog.
Oh, they gave me a lot of drugs at first.
Out the box.
Yeah. He just knew. He just absolutely knew what he was doing there. And again, it's coupled with this amazing dialogue that he was given by Steve Knight. So yeah, he went for it, and it worked again. This is one of these lovely sort of accidents or surprises that happens. The energy that Alfie has is completely counter to the energy that Tommy has. So when you put them together in a scene, it really works. And we always cross shoot those scenes, you know. So it's like a piece of theater. Sometimes you have 20-minute takes, because traditionally or conventionally you would shoot over the shoulder. But yeah, that's hard to do when you're in these big scenes, because you're not reacting in actual real time to what the other character is saying. So we make an exception always for the Tommy Alpha scenes to cross shoot them. And I think that's why they really sing.
You got to keep it all in. You don't want to miss a gram of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I read somewhere that David Bowie was a big fan of this show.
I know I spoke to David Bowie like personally, and he did tell me that he was a massive fan. And then I gave him a gift of my Series 1 hat, which I know he loved. When he put out that album Black Star, you know, just before he died, he asked, or he gave it to Steve Knight and said, "Listen, if you want to use any of these songs in the show, you can." And we did. Yeah, that was probably the most special. Yeah, that was the most special.
Tell me though, you gave away one of your hats to this David Bowie character. What have you kept a hold of? Because the whole look, you can never wear these clothes out, right?
No.
But you do want them in your house, surely, because they're just so perfect. What have you taken home?
Well, a lot of these clothes were made by an amazing Dublin tailor. And there was a beautiful dark navy tuxedo that was specially cut for me. I kept that. I've never worn it.
A toast, if I may, to the end of our deal. The beginning of something more. Happy birthday, Lizzie.
Is there any advice you'd give to your younger self a decade ago before you said yes to this and it all came together? Just to warn them, like even the tiniest thing, like if you're going to be running in these shoes, wear double socks, because
yeah, that's a good tip. I don't know. I'm a non-smoker. I never anticipated smoking that many. You know, they're not real, obviously, but like I asked the prop guys to count how many I smoked, and I think it's 3,000 a series, you know, so it can't be good for you, right? So take a lot of vitamin C to counteract it. That's probably my advice. Take a lot of vitamin C. Look, I'm wagging the finger now.
And make sure there's an inhaler on set at all time.
Indeed.
It's been a real pleasure, and I've got to tell you what I very nearly said. Thank you so much, Tommy, which says enough. I think it's been emotional. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks again.
Nice to talk to you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date. You can listen to my Radio 1 movies and TV podcast, Screen Time, on BBC Sounds. And you can find these interviews in full on BBC iPlayer by searching Movies with Ali Plumb.